it would tell a story in the first 450 Moto. Rare bad start for the Hondas of Jet and Hunter Lawrence. Justin Cooper and Aaron Plessinger battling for the lead.
Yeah, I believe Justin Cooper might have got both pole shots today. He had the starts on, and you know, we didn't think that it would be that important to be out front, but it definitely changed a lot of things. As we see Aaron Plessinger on the first lap, after watching the 250 class slingshotting around the outside, and it was nice to see the number 7 out front. But of course, when you see the number 3 behind him making his way up past his teammate, and 18 not too far behind him, you just thought they would be able to close the gap, but they wasn't able to do that on Aaron for a long time.
No. Jet Lawrence now is seeing Tomac move up. He wants to do the same, and he attacks Cooper.
Yeah, this is later on that same lap, about a lap and a half later, Jet Lawrence was able to get around him, and look, he put in the flurry. He started dropping down the lap times and to matching those guys, even went faster, but he was making a lot of mistakes, and this was towards the end of the race. Aaron Plessinger did a good job at having Eli behind him, and he miscalculated from what he said on the laps. Thought he had 2 to go with 4 to go, and Eli was able to get around him here. Goes around the outside, makes that pass. Aaron comes up a little short, and that was all she wrote with 2 laps left. It was nice to see Eli Tomac deep in the moto run these guys down, and he looked refreshed doing it. It was good to see Beast Mode out front.
Yep, and that's his first moto win in 1,000 days. He missed so much time in this championship with injury, you wouldn't know it by watching him here. That was vintage Beast Mode Eli Tomac. That moto win, but Moto 2, watch Valentin Quillota, the 992, go into Tomac off the start.
Yeah, and this was what's been the present Eli. You know, when things are going good, you think he has a moto, then he has a bad start right here, and it was Justin Cooper, or actually Cooper Webb might have been the one of them Yamahas. They had to figure it out.
Yeah.
But the difference was it was Jet Lawrence, number 18, out front where he belonged, just like he was last weekend at Paula, and we know when this dude's out front, it changes the whole dynamic of this race, and it made everybody chase him. So Aaron Plessinger did a good job. Not the greatest start. He was able to get around Cooper Webb and then sets his sight on for Hunter Lawrence, which was running 3rd place, and he was able to get around him. But it was Eli Tomac, after being dead last, doing a good job making his way up, and as you heard him saying, he had that momentum and actually felt like he could make a run towards that lead. He gets around Cody Schock, does a slingshot here, and whoever Eli got close to, he was able to blitz him instantly, and he was making his way up to the front until he got closer to the front.
Yeah, we got a pack of riders in front of him, and that would tell the story in just a moment. Meanwhile, Plessinger, Hunter Lawrence just duking it out like they did last week.
Yeah, Hunter, I would say both Honda boys were off. Jet was able to obviously do a little bit better, but Hunter had a tough day, and this was the moment of the race. Eli Tomac trying to pass his teammate Cooper Webb. They were battling for 5th right there, and he goes down, and that was all she wrote. He had a hard time just getting back into the top 10. As you can see, all these guys are starting to make his way up. So he was able to pass Joey Savatgy for the 2nd time, or maybe the 3rd time of this race, nonetheless. But he was only able to get up to 9th place, and that's where he stayed at.
Yep, and that would cost him even the overall podium. He was 4th for the day with a 1.9, although that 1 speaks volumes. He showed he can't get it done against Jet Lawrence. As for Jet, yep, back up front early, makes all the difference, and he brings it home. The second moto, by the way, was cut 5 minutes with the extreme heat out here. And Lawrence and the boys seem to appreciate that. There's a checker flag, and Jet, it's the only race that got away from him last year. He gets to win at Hangtown. He has won all but 1 overall in his career in 450 motocross.
Yeah, take this bike, cool me down.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, good to see him. But nice ride by Justin Cooper today. Even Aaron Plessinger, that first moto, both those guys rode great.
Yeah, Plessinger and Cooper definitely improving each week, and even compared to last year, they are really on it. Tomac, like we said, ends up 4th. Hunter Lawrence 5-4. It's a great racing with that whole group there every weekend so far. Cooper Webb 7-7 for 6th. Hampshire 6-8 for 7th. Anderson 8th. Prado, not good. Moto 1 12th. Better 2nd moto with 5th. And Malcolm Stewart goes 8-10 for 10th overall. That is the hashtag deep field you've heard about in the run-up and then during the first 2 races of this championship. There's the points. Tomac now 17 points behind Lawrence. That is a manageable gap for sure, but still has to feel like he let some get away first couple of rounds this year.
Yeah, definitely. And just like Supercross with Chase Sexton, you only have so many opportunities. You know, those points, they say like that.
Yeah.
Then the misses, you don't have these margin of error where basically, you know, you don't have the risk and be able to excuse me, the luxury of being able to lose some points because this guy's so consistent. And I think there's a lot of questions to answer today, though, if you ask me.
Yeah, Tomac definitely showed he could get it done. First Moto says that. There's SMX points combining Monster Energy Supercross and the Pro Motocross Championship together. Chase Sexton did not race today. He's been banged up after a crash last weekend, so now Webb is stretching his point lead there, and you still do not see either Tomac, Jet Lawrence, Hunter Lawrence, any of those riders in the top 10 yet because they missed so much time in Supercross, but they're going to be rocketing toward the front with the way they're riding, and it's 2 motos and 2 points-paying motos every weekend outdoors.